Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Texas Longhorns taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Will put total leather to crank us up. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he comes just jogging onto the field, but what's going fast, the heart rates of everybody in this crowd, Jesse.
Well, this is a special player. All eyes in the stadium on this guy. And David, you know the defense, they're going to have to find a way to try to slow this guy down.
And he's going to touch it every single play. He'll be the main focal point. Can he handle the pressure? Can he handle the big moments? Can he handle this stage and lead his team in a big moment?
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And on second down for this offense. The give to the single back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. So Texas's offense has its first opportunity of the day. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, just keeps firing. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. He'll just keep slinging it. Safe completion on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Reads it, fires complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll go to the ground. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Still on his feet at the 45. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Pulls it and fires to the left. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A lot of pressure on this defense. They can pick up the first down without the touchdown on 2nd and inches. The give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. 3rd and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
2nd down now after the sack. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Give to the back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Georgia sends out the punt team. All the way back to the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down, and much more really good execution by this offense. Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Fast motion from the offense. The give to the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Quick release by the QB. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Longhorns are marching down the field. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Showing off that power as he plows ahead to the 38. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Longhorns look to do some damage in the red zone. Motion from the offense. Here's the handoff. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw on that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they're executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ranked-on-ranked matchup that has just gone final. Nebraska went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Huskers always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out again today, guys, with another ranked team going down.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Makes the grab on the shuffle. They'll go with a quick touch pass. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He gets a block. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Fuller. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Trying to convert this second and short. He's looking to throw. Turns it loose. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so he puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Georgia sends out the punt team. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Got his man. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires left. He's got it. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, men. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency And that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Dooley Field inside Sanford Stadium.
All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They're trying to get to it. Gets it out quickly. At the 35, he's open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. Wide out in motion. Using the quick game. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. He'll call for the fair catch here. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores. And the defense gets to the quarterback. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy, because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Looking to go up top on first down. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's right on target. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. They want to just keep throwing it. Gets rid of it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run it from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll give it to the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Getting some heat. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Running back searching for a hole. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. To the air on first down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. After the missed connection, it's 2nd down. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Keeps looking downfield. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Isn't the play-action fake supposed to make those guys take a half a beat before they come and destroy the quarterback?
Yes, trying to slow him down as much as possible, but it's predicated, too, on me reading that and me seeing it, and they didn't bite it at all. You better run the football effectively if you're going to run play action, because they did not bite on the play action fake at all.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
How do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Splits those uprights right in half.
Guys, legendary programs, legendary rivalry. Michigan and Notre Dame are at it again. Here is the latest. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Domers.
Off the play fake on first down. It's complete to the left.
No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Stopped after making the catch.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving.
Encroachment, defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Moving out of the pocket. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. The Longhorns will punt this one away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball.
And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires it. Caught over the middle. It's Johns. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Pass interference, defense.
They say no thanks to that pass interference penalty, and they'll take the results of the play. They'll leave it with him. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. The Dogs will have it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He's got his man across the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down. Looking to move it through the air. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a first down. The give to the tailback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th. Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dogs! So they get that score that they so desperately needed, and now they've got a chance to pull this one out.
Defense has got to give them a chance. The defense needs to get the ball back to them quickly so they can march down the field and try and score and narrow the gap again. This offense, they have the playmakers to come back and win this football game. They're going to need some help from the defense.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Wisconsin delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Madison. Thing is, this was a road victory. And a win like this is going to resonate throughout the Big Ten. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. They'll throw it on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, it's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays and you got to have scripts because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He finds a soft spot in the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. He wants to throw. Using his legs to buy some time. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. 4th down, gotta have it here. Throws for the tight end. He's open on the right. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Got out of trouble and throws. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's John. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. He spikes it. Clock stops as they try to rally late. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Got him downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. And they spike it and get the clock stopped. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Slings it downfield. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing. It's late in the game. You're having to throw the football. You're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. The quarterback takes a knee. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistently.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.